An inundation of cats and a family of orphaned paradise ducklings were just two of the stories that came from the Otago SPCA this year. No doubt there were plenty more besides, and the organisation's Otago Executive Officer Sophie McSkimming joins us. In fact, it's Grace Hepburn joins us to review the last 12 months. Good evening, Grace. Now, what were the highlights?
Highlights of the year, there's been a lot that's happened. I would simmer them down to just seeing improvements in animals that we've had come in that have been extremely thin, so we've seen some massive improvements in animals' health. It's those individual cases that are really special to us.
What was the biggest animal-related issue for the organisation?
We've had a couple of issues for the welfare of animals over this year, so we've got a number of prosecutions that we're considering and are underway.
Now, we visited the Paradise Ducklings recently. How are they going?
They're doing fantastically. They're getting an upgrade into our new aviary. So that was kindly sponsored to us, so we've built that, and they're soon to be graduating into bigger facilities to accommodate their growing size.
Do you often get ducklings?
We do at this time of year. We get them in dribs and drabs. It's very uncommon that we'd get a whole 8 of them that would survive. They've done really well. They've truly thrived.
Now, were there areas where you made some good headway this year?
At the moment, it ends tomorrow, we're hosting the mobile desexing clinic, which we've roughly desexed 280 cats in 3 weeks. So, I mean, that's massive in terms of controlling population throughout the Dunedin, which we would have otherwise likely ended up with those kittens. So that's been fantastic. We're really pleased we went ahead with it, and it's been a lot of organising and getting people prepared and on their due days.
Tell us a little bit more about that truck. How did it come about? And is it free?
It's free for people who hold a community service or gold card. It's run by National Office, and basically there's a vet and a nurse. They're actually husband and wife. They live in Gisborne, and for most of the year they travel around New Zealand to various SPCA centres, desexing as many animals as possible. Usually they do dogs as well, but unfortunately due to injury we had to cancel all of our dog appointments this year.
Christmas is quite a difficult time for pets. What is the best advice you could give?
Make sure that people know that you're having someone feed your animals while you're away. You've always got to have somebody keeping an eye on them for if something unforeseen could happen. And just let neighbours know that they are being taken care of. We get a lot of calls about people thinking that their neighbours' animals aren't being cared for.
If there was one thing that people could do for animal welfare, what would it be?
Just be more aware, be confident to call us and report something that isn't okay, and in your mind it needs to be dealt with. You know, there's so many things we can do in terms of education, and you know, that's where it really begins. Otherwise, there are other paths that we can take to help support people if they need it.
Now, you're on call at the moment, and,
yes.
and I presume through the weekend.
Yeah.
How many calls would you get in a typical weekend?
You can never predict it. Now that it's summertime, it does pick up a bit more because people are out and about, so they notice more things. And it's the time of year we start to expect people leaving their dogs in cars. So that's never a good thing. We don't advise it. It just takes a very short time for that car to heat up a little bit too much, and dogs go down very quickly.
Grace Hepburn from the Otago SPCA, thanks very much for your time. Merry
No problem.
Christmas.
You too.